Next story talks about crude oil. Crude oil energy stocks extend this week's drop. So crude oil, and I'm going to look at that ticker symbol, USO, slide for the third straight day with WTI crude returning below its 50-day moving average and now just above the level seen on September 13th, the day before the attacks on the Saudi Arabia oil installations. All right, the energy sector, XLE, is following in crude's footsteps, dragging along the bottom of today's sector standings and also near its 50-day moving average. So let's do this. Let's get back into the software. Let's go pull up the oil, which is USO, the U.S. Oil Fund ETF. Remember, on an ETF, price and volume will always be the same. Relative value and relative safety will always be equal as well. RT, though, is just barely below the value of 1, even though it's been falling for the last 3 days. Let's take a look at the graph, though. We'll view the stock graph, and there it is. Oil right now was on a nice little tear back from December to May. Nice run up on oil, pulled back. Right now, though, oil is moving a tad bit sideways. Last 3 days, 1, 2, 3 days, it's been moving down, but notice our red bars here, our red candles, are open candles, which is a bullish sign on oil. The 3 and the 8 have crossed bearish. I would definitely like to see oil, or in this case the USO, start moving out of the range of where it is right now before I even think about getting into it. So oil is being hit. We can see it in the software. We can see it by way of a graph. It may not be where you want to be. And if you are still holding some oil stocks, you need to know that at some point in time, you've got to put the tourniquet on to stop the bleeding. Now, in regards to the bleeding, the stock is not pulling terribly down. This was the big move from this point to this point. If you're in it now or jumped in somewhere in this area, you're not terribly down, but keep in mind that oil is moving down as an industry. I want to take this off a second. Let's go back to the industry viewer. I'm going to go back to the industry viewer. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's go back to the industry viewer. I'm going to sort the industries from the best industries. Notice that since we've been talking, building, residential, commercial now has become the second best industry. When we looked at it earlier, it was the third best industry. I'm going to sort this now by RT descending. Let's see what's at the bottom of the list as far as the industries is concerned. How about we just talked about marijuana? Out of the 221 industries, right now, this is 220. Look at petroleum down here at the bottom. Petroleum, U.S. exploration at the bottom. Petroleum at the bottom. So we can clearly see that not only the USO is falling, but petroleum, as far as the industries are concerned, are towards the bottom of the list of our indices. So not indices, industries. Woo! All right. So again, utilizing the power of the software will help to corroborate the stories that you are seeing that we're talking about for Trending Thursdays. So you don't have to go it alone. When you read these stories, we have a tool like VectorVest to help us to be on board with what's going on. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.